everybody. This is a Lamley showcase. I finally get to open Hot Wheels Car Culture Modern Classics 2. These arrived from Mattel a couple of days ago. I have been waiting and waiting to open them. They've just been staring at me, taunting me, telling me to open them. Well, I was patient and we've made it. I get to open them up now and check out these fantastic models from Modern Classics 2. So cool, I think that this might be the best car culture set so far. And that's saying a lot, especially coming off of Thrill Climbers, which I think I might have made the argument that that might have been the best car culture set so far. I'll let you guys give your take in the comments and tell me what you think. I don't know, it's tough. I'm going to look at these models and I don't know if I can come to a determination yet, but we're going to look at them and we're going to enjoy them because this is a fantastic set, not a weak one in the bunch. Modern Classics 2 means there have to have been a Modern Classics 1. And I always think, what's the angle I can take? I'm not previewing much right now, and considering Modern Classics 2 is already in stores, many of you have found it at Walmarts or Targets, and it's going to be hitting in droves here very soon for those who haven't found it. In fact, for those that are looking, I'll just give this to you right now, in case you want it. So I have to give a take. I have to give an angle. Like, I'm going to show these models, we're going to celebrate them, and I always like to find some sort of connection. Well, one of them is Modern Classics 1. Technically, it's like Modern Classics, really 1.5, because there was the Modern Classics line that Junimai did back in 2008, which is a little bit different. Maybe that's for another video. I think I've shown them before. Modern Classics 1 was fantastic. It was back as I think it might have been one of the first or second year of car culture. BMW E30. They didn't do, the one issue with these is those older sets, they didn't do full tampos. So it's like if they did a side tampo, they wouldn't do a front tampo. But you had the BMW E30, which looked cool. They had the Honda CRX, which was fantastic. I'm showing them to you. I should probably move them over because I got a lot to show you. This is one of the connections. The Porsche 964, this was the second release of this casting. It was Magnus Walker first, but I love this one in black. There was the return since Boulevard of the Renault. What was this? The Renault, I always forget. 5 Turbo, right? I should know that. The Renault 5 Turbo came back, and ultimately, actually, there was even the Modern Classics, the 6th one from the Car Culture set, remember, or from the RLC set. But ultimately, the big star of that was this one, the Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5-16 Evo 2. In fact, I've liked that model so much that I think I've declared it when I did a ranking my favorite Hot Wheels model of all time. So I kept one carded. And actually, if you read my Instagram, you'll know that this is actually a model. I don't do much hoarding. Like, I don't just like go crazy on one particular model and buy a bunch of them. But Smith's, which is the Kroger store in Utah, there was one in St. George, Utah that had a bunch of these. They were sitting on the pegs because they were priced wrong. They were priced like the newer Modern Classics. They used to be, what, $350 or something? And then they had, but they were using the new car culture pricing at like $5.50 or $6. And so these, which normally sold cheaper, were just hanging. No one was buying them because they're too expensive. Well, I would always consider, like, man, should I get them? I would even tell them, hey, this actually should be priced a little cheaper, but they, there was no one who knew that. In the store. So those, about 10 of them just hung there. And I kept watching them when I would go visit for work, and I would go into that Smith's and they'd be there. And then finally they discounted them to about $2. And guess who bought them all? I did. And considering they were there for months and months, I didn't feel bad about it. It didn't feel like I was depriving anyone. Who knows how long they'd been on sale. But ultimately, I now have 12 of them. I think I bought 10 that day and I already had 2 other carded ones. I like this model. And I like having these 12 carded 190Es. I think it's such a cool casting. And it is cool because we now have another very, very cool Mercedes casting debuting in Modern Classics 2. So that's one of the angles. There's another angle I think we can take. We've looked at Modern Classics 1. Now we're going to look at Modern Classics 2. How about Fast and Furious? Now, what does Fast and Furious have to do with this set? Well, I'll show you this one, and I'll show you this one, and I'll show you this one. 3 very cool models: the Honda Civic, the Silvia S14 Silvia, I think, what do they call it? The Nissan Silvia S14, yeah, exactly what I said. And then the Volkswagen Jetta Mach 3. If we don't have the Fast and Furious Premium set, we don't have these three models. If I need to remind you, this is how the Honda Civic debuted in Fast and Furious in this cool yellow color. Put that right there. If you're trying to remember the S14, which is a very, very cool car, don't confuse it with the S15. Maybe we'll do a comparison there because that's a different model. It might look the same, but they're different. The S14 debuted in Fast and Furious as well. I can't remember what mix that was, but it's been twice in Fast and Furious. And we've seen it in that kind of Fast and Furious deco. Now we see it in a proper plain white. That Silvia, oh, can't wait. And then, of course, the Jetta. We don't have the Jetta casting unless we have this one from the Fast and Furious that's been released twice, right? In the premium set and in the diorama set. So we know Hot Wheels, and I know the marketing guys, Jimmy over there, they take full advantage of that budget for Fast and Furious, where they're like, look, we can put some cool cars in here. They might have shown up for just a second, but we can put some cool cars in here, get them done, and then use these castings for future series. And that's what they've done. So I am super stoked. Even though I'm not a huge Fast and Furious fan, I'm a big fan of the Fast and Furious premium line because we are seeing some really, really cool stuff. All right, and then there's two other models, which might be the coolest of the set too. But I mean, what's the coolest? They're all cool. All right, so let's get to it. That's a lot of introduction. 1, 2, what's number 3? There's 3. Number 4, and then always the new model is the last one, number 5. So let's get right to it. We will start with number 1 of 5. It is the Honda Civic EG in a surprisingly cool Hello Kitty livery. Now, modern classics, obviously you're looking at cars that are more, 80s, 90s, 2000 range. The Mercedes as well is back much older than that, but these are cars that are probably getting much more attention these days, and seeing a proper JDM Civic in Hello Kitty livery is really damn cool. Look at Modern Classics. The style, this kind of photography style, has been shared with the Modern Classics 1. Julian did it, Julian Coils, and he's done a really nice job. You got a gas station here, which is kind of cool, almost like this is going to a car show or something like that. Very, very cool art. There's the back. You don't need to look at it. I already showed you that. What do we got here? We have the 6 spokes Real Riders. We've got it in pink. Hello Kitty on the top. They've got the Hello Kitty logo on the card as well. I love Hello Kitty on the hood and on the side. It's just been done super, super cool, giving it that just kind of, it just has such a strong JDM feel to it. And while it might seem like maybe Hello Kitty should be like pop culture, no, this is really, really well done. As I think a model that you would see as a modern classic, as a JDM classic in a car show, is a Hello Kitty Honda Civic. You can see that zipping down the road in Osaka, Japan as well. That's my thought. I love it. All right, number 2 of 5, brand new premium version of the 98 Subaru Impreza 22B STI- version. They call it the STI version. Call it 22B. Obviously, this was a new model in 2020 in that signature blue with the gold rims. I think that's the way this car was presented, right? Was it in any other color? You Subaru guys are going to be able to tell me, but I mean, can you think of the 22B in any other color than blue? One thing I'll take a note of, the taillights. I've been told that those taillights are actually not entirely correct. Again, you Subaru people will tell me that it should have been what red with just the white taillight, and we've got that on the new premium version. I love that they did it in blue, and it actually matches nicely the premium version of the Bug-Eye STI. So now we have these two versions together, and it's nice to see them. So this one, there's not much to say. It looks so similar to the basic version. It's got a little more detail on the front, but not much more. Obviously, it has now a metal chassis, and it has Real Riders on it. Other than that, there is hardly any difference. There is a Hot Wheels logo on the basic, Subaru logo on the back, and then of course, like I said, the taillights are the same. But my one fear is, like, if this casting goes premium, they've already done the blue with the gold rims. I'm thrilled that they gave this one its proper look, as you would see it in blue with the gold rims. So big fan of that casting. Next one, number 3 of 5, Nissan Silvia S14. Like I said, Fast and Furious brought us this casting, but it gave us this casting and not a very, don't get mad at me, not very good looks. Didn't have, I don't know, just a little Fast and Furious-y, the first 2 releases. But I was told, I said, can we get a real proper version of this car? And I was told by Jimmy, don't worry, you're gonna see it. And this is a perfect match with the S15. So S14, S15 all together, 2 versions in pearl white with the black 6-spoke rims. And I'm so stoked to have these 2 together. Again, I think this is, you know, how do I put this? This is Hot Wheels saying, we see you, collectors. We give you what you want. Who doesn't want a white S14 Silvia? If you're a Silvia fan and they're going to do it, they're like, yeah, we've done the S15 in white. Why don't we do this one as well in straight, plain pearl white? They match perfectly, and I love seeing these 2 together. So I don't know where else the Silvia is going to go, but how can you beat this one? Same thing with the S15. I just think you can beat that white version, and I dig this one as well. What a cool pair. Jetta, Fast and Furious brought it. Car Culture really brings it. In red, straight up, it's got those. Now again, you Jetta fans, I know that the Mach 3 had the round headlights, right? And so that's why we've got this one, which was the high performance version of the Jetta. And I still think this is the best looking version of the Jetta. I still like that kind of boxy look for this one. And again, we don't see it unless it was in Fast and Furious. So, I mean, think about the other cars in Fast and Furious that we could be seeing. And let them be introduced with their goofy liveries in some cases, sometimes not, like the Type R NSX. But this means we're going to get something that looks like this a little bit later. I couldn't be more stoked. All right. That's the first 4. And just with those 4, it's a just cool set. But this thing just takes it over the top. This is the 72 Mercedes-Benz 280 SEL 4.5, 1972. Is it a logical companion to the 190? Probably not. But it's just a super cool, perfectly done Mercedes-Benz. The 190E, they've done the Evo 2, they've done in a really cool kind of like very much a stock deco. This one, same thing, except that baby is slammed. And it just looks presidential. It looks like just a classic, like it's something you could see rolling in the US, in Japan. It just has so much character. And while you might think that this model's black, look closely. It's actually dark blue. Metal flake dark blue, which gives it a little bit more character as well. When I first saw this, I wondered if it was going to be matte black, but it's not. It's this blue. Very similar to the black Gasser from 50th anniversary. Remember that? Everyone thought it was black, and then when we looked at it closely, it was more of this blue. I wonder if it's even meant to be black and it just comes out blue. I'm assuming Yahweh knows their colors so well that they wanted to go with this one. And it just makes it that much more interesting. Notice the grille is done. I think is maybe a separate piece. It's like it might run from the back through the middle to the front. So you've got the chrome bumper in the back, and then the chrome grille and headlights with the tampos on top of it in the front, and then of course the metal chassis, which is kind of sandwiched in between the bumpers. So tan interior. I don't know. I don't know. 2020, it's been just a shitty year, excuse my language. But man, it's been good with Hot Wheels, and man, it's been good with Car Culture. What's going to be the best premium new model of the year? I mean, I have no idea. This set's awesome. It is awesome. You guys tell me what you think. I've dedicated 15 minutes to 5 cars. I've given you the connection. You guys tell me what you think about these two together, these two Mercedes, the Jettas, the S14. I don't know. Dig this set. Hot Wheels, thank you for giving us such a cool Car Culture set and a run between Thrill Climbers and this one that has just been phenomenal. I'm a big fan of these. You guys tell me what you think. Do you share the same opinion that I do about this set and about the Mercedes? You let me know. Thanks, everybody. Bye.